Hi, my name is Andy Keller, and I'm the Director of Ministry Operations at Trinity Church. If you're like me, I am always looking for ways to get more efficient in the ways that I'm doing my administration and communication. I want to spend less time on the computer and more time with people doing ministry. And so I'm super excited anytime I find a way to save a bunch of time in the administrative part of my job. So I'm excited to share one of the ways that we've done that using a couple tools of Planning Center and Text in Church. So what I've done here is I have gone into Planning Center People and created a workflow for our newcomers brunch that we'll be having on November 11th. If you've not used workflows before in Planning Center, it's a way for you to set up processes or just kind of a step-by-step actionable items that you would have. So in this process, what we've done is we've created several steps for people to be put into this workflow, and based on how they respond to the invitation to the brunch, we can put them in the appropriate category and be able to change how we respond to them from here. So we have 91 people on this list who have been coming to our church, been visiting, or newcomers in the last 3 to 4 months. And so what I've done then is I've created a list based on this workflow. So in Planning Center People, I've created this November 11th brunch list, and the rules for this are to be in the workflow of brunch November 11th and invited to. So they're on that first step, and that's what syncs all of the people and their contact information in Planning Center, which we've already done. Now, I went into Text in Church and synced that list into an automated workflow, which allows me to schedule out and have all of the messages that we're going to be sending to that group of people over the next couple weeks. So in here, we can see the message from, this is an email message we're creating through Text in Church, and it's just an invite to the brunch through email, and it asks if they could RSVP to it because we want to know how much food to make, and we also want to do table assignments to match people up with table hosts and similar life and stage groups of people that are new to Trinity. So I've set this up, and this will go out to all the people in that group that we have email addresses for. And as they respond to a series of texts and emails, we'll be able to update people in this workflow. So as soon as someone responds positively and says, I'm going to be coming, or says, no, I can't go, then I can move them to the right step in the workflow. So this person is invited to the brunch. I can complete that step. You can either they can't come, or I can move them to RSVP, meaning they're coming. They've said that they're coming to that. Now I've got one person RSVP'd, and we can create a separate list for people who have said, yes, I'm coming, and maybe on Sunday morning or on Saturday night, we can text them a reminder email about the brunch happening on Sunday morning. But this is just an awesome way for us to be able to communicate with 91 different people. When we were doing this manually, the administrative work was crazy to be able to make our lists and spreadsheets of people and calling them and responding and texting and seeing who's coming and not and trying to do all of that. This has simplified the process so much more. Well, I hope this was helpful for you to see some of the ways that we're using Text in Church to administrate and communicate with our newcomers brunch. We actually use Text in Church for a lot of other parts of our ministry here at Trinity. We use it for all of our guest follow-up, as well as some other mass communication efforts. And if you don't have a way to communicate with your people via text message, I'd advise you to look into some of the ways that you can do that, like through Text in Church. And you can find them at textinchurch.com. But we find that email is just becoming less and less effective as a communication tool, especially with younger people. So we want to save time and staff dollars through administration and communication by using some of these tools so that we can spend more of our time and effort and resources in doing the hard work of ministry, which is with people, being with people, building relationships, and building the kingdom together.